Hello, my name is Dr. Anton Babushkin. I'm a therapist in our community, and today's video is going to be about answering common questions about psychotherapy and how it works. Basically, therapy is a process where the therapist's job is to try to get a very good understanding of how the patient or the person, what they struggle with, how they think about the world, how they see themselves, how they make decisions. Like somebody who may be in a relationship or working on their career or in school, but they're struggling. A therapist is a trained professional whose job it is to understand where you're coming from, what you're struggling with, and together help you come up with very practical ways of resolving those situations and strengthening your ability to feel calmer, more balanced, be able to problem solve, be more able to collaborate with people in your life. So another question I'm very often asked by people is, what is psychotherapy? Because the word, people have negative ideas about what that means, but really psychotherapy comes from the word psyche, which means mind or spirit. So psychotherapy basically means therapy for one's mind. It's all very individualized. So the way I think about the world and I make decisions is going to be different than another person who may be sitting next to me. How does each individual function and make decisions? And what can they work to change to improve their life situation? I think one of the challenges is that it takes a lot of trust to open up to a new person. The therapist is initially a stranger to the customer. Often people are worried about being judged or criticized, even though they know that the therapist's job is to be objective and neutral and non-judgmental. Naturally they're worried. They think, what's the person like? Are we going to get along well? Are they going to like me? Am I going to like them? Are we going to be able to mutually work together? And often the best way to answer them is to try to talk to the person, try to talk to the therapist, let's say by phone, or maybe just for one appointment. Will the therapist kind of resolve my issues? I think many people know that therapy takes work and it takes some time and effort, but I think often they're not familiar with what's their part going to be. The therapist's job is to help the person identify what kind of things can I work on, or put in place, or change and gradually get better at with the therapist's help. So the patient's job is very important. They do at least half of the work. Their investment and their willingness to try things out, try to think differently, pay attention to how they make decisions in their everyday life is very important. So the therapist can't do all the work by themselves, and the patient will not be asked to do everything on their own. It's a very team-like approach where both parties contribute something, and with the end result being likely more well-being for the patient. What are your goals? Are the goals to feel less anxious, less worried, less depressed, more confident, better able to communicate? How do I get things done better at work and more efficiently? How can I be a better person, more compassionate, more loving towards myself, towards other people? What kind of things would I like to accomplish? And how much investment am I willing to make? Do I want to see a therapist for a while to really make some lasting changes? Or do I have something that's just happening in the moment, a crisis situation that I could use some brief help with, and the rest of my life I feel is going fine? It's important to think about those things, but not to feel that one has to know the answers ahead of time. So if you'd like to learn more about how to improve your communication skills, how to have better relationships with your family and friends, how to be more successful at work without overtaxing yourself, please call me. I happily offer free consultation by phone, and your insurance, many insurances offer mental health benefits that help to pay for treatment. So please don't think about insurance or financial issues as an automatic barrier to something that could be very helpful. I hope you'll call me, and then we could talk by phone for a few minutes about your situation and see, can this therapy process be of help?